My pleasure to bring your next act to the stage, folks. He is a very funny man, works all over the country. Las Vegas, regular there, Atlantic City, and you're going to love him. Please welcome the one, the only, Mr. Brad Mastrangelo.
Joe Carroll, gang. Joe, my friend Joe Carroll, very funny. Come on, let him know. God's sakes. Come on, for God's sakes. I got stuff to do here. Let's go, let's go. Jeez, this is a big thrill for me. Where am I? Biddeford, Maine. You got a gun? Shoot me right now, right in the head. No, I'm kidding. This is fun. We got to get out and have a good time because we'll go right down to crapper. We really, really are. I was at the mall today. I've had it with the kids. You know what drives me nuts? Let me tell you what drives me nuts. The kids with the hats on the side of the head. That driving anyone else crazy? Right? Listen, you're either a pitcher or a catcher. The side of the head, you're a moron. Thank you. God. So it's nice to be here. Getting old now, 51, and my prostrate's killing me. I think. I don't even know. You know you're getting older, though, when you start paying attention to the Viagra commercials on TV? That's how you know you're getting old. And you really know you're getting old when your wife starts paying attention to the Viagra. It's true. They'll come on and says, come here. This will be you right here. This will be you. If we ever have sex again, this will be you. And the greatest commercials are. My favorite one, I haven't seen it for a while, but there was this woman, it was like a beautiful fall day, and she's sitting there painting a bench. And she's painting the bench nice, and the husband comes out, and the husband starts painting the bench with her, and they're just both painting the bench. And all of a sudden, their brushes hit each other, and the guy's bull. This is not real life. This will never happen. Never. You want a real Viagra commercial? Here's the one you should have. Have like an old sweaty guy in a stained t-shirt walking out with a heart on going, I got a half an hour here. It's either this or paint the bench. What do you want? And I tell you now, I'm starting to have those tests. I had a colonoscopy not too long ago. Oh, we're going to talk about it. Yes, we are. Have you had the colonoscopy? Because if you haven't, you don't know what you're missing. I'll tell you right now. Oh, this is fun for the whole family. It really is. I have like a nervous stomach, so a couple of years ago, the doc says, look, we're going to do a colonoscopy. He says, Brad, don't worry, it's not a big deal. You just, you don't eat the night before, but you got to drink about 10 gallons of chalk. You know what I'm talking about, right? And here's a tip for you. Drink that drink on the toilet, because that's where you'll be for 6 to 8 hours. I never knew I could go this much, people. Never. I pooped out a Twinkie from kindergarten, okay? It was so bad, around 1 in the morning, a white flag came shooting out of my butt, all right? With a note on it that said, you are empty. Now stop it. And you can't go to bed that night, am I right? Because you think you're going to poop the bed. Come on. This is how I went to bed. And my wife is laughing her butt off. Can't stop laughing. My wife goes, so you know what I did? I pooped on my wife. And then I said to her, you're right, this is kind of funny. Next day, I go to the hospital, all right? All true. I walk in, the nurse says, oh, hello, Mr. Mastrangelo, would you like to go to the bathroom? I says, I will knock you out, okay? So then we're filling out the paperwork. And at the time, I was 49, and I swear to you, she says, oh, you're a little young for this. Is there a reason you're having this procedure? Yeah, I'm a comedian. I need the material. Then they tell me at this point they use a camera for this procedure. So I put makeup on my butt because you always want to look your best for a camera. So I got that going for me, which is nice. And then I had knee surgery. I had a torn meniscus. I never had knee surgery. So listen to this one. I'm in there, and the doctor starts writing in black ink on my knee. And I says, what are you doing? He says, well, we want to make sure we get the right knee. I said, seriously? He says, oh, yeah. I said, all right, hey, doc, let's be real safe. Why don't you write malpractice suit on this knee? You think that'll keep you focused, huh? Oh. Then my wife made me get a vasectomy this year. Yeah, it's been a rough year. It really has. Have you had that procedure? Anyone? No? Yeah. You will. And it's the women that make us do this. You know, it's seriously, the women, because let's face it, you've never heard of a story of a guy waking up on like Tuesday going, you know what I'm gonna do today? I have put this off long enough. So I go and, you know, the funniest thing is that we have the procedure, it's okay, and I'll never forget this. The doctor leans in to me and he says, Brad, now you're gonna have to go home and have sex 25 or 30 times before we know if it took effect. I said, yeah, I'm gonna need a note for that. Yeah, why don't you make that a prescription? 25 or 30 times? I'll see you when I'm 90. And then they tell you you have to use protection for 6 months after this procedure. So now I have to go to the drugstore and look, you know, for condoms, and it's been a long time, and there's so many now, and I see one, it says, for her pleasure, and I love my wife, really, so I get that one, and I bring it home, open it up, there's a note inside, it says, let her have sex with somebody else. So, got that. But I just celebrated my 20th wedding anniversary with my wife. I'm very happy. Yeah, 20 years. Thank you. I tell you, 20 years for a stand-up comedian is pretty good. That's like 3 months for a Kardashian. But my wife is my best friend in the world. I have no problem saying that. I'm a very, very lucky guy. The only weird thing is she didn't take my name when we got married. She's a kind of a modern, which I'm okay with. But what bothers me is that she took her old boyfriend's name, and that is not right. Anyone getting married here tonight? Well, not tonight. That would be funny. Some drunk guy in the back. Oh, I knew I had something going on. But I think the wedding itself, let's be honest, the wedding day is all for the woman. Am I right, ladies? Really, the men, we don't even matter. The whole day would go off without a hitch, with a cardboard cutout of a guy in a tuxedo. You always cry over the beautiful $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 gown, right? But you never cry over the tuxedo. Why not? One time before I die, I want to go to a wedding, have some lady in the back going, oh my God. Did you see the tuxedo? That is the most beautiful tuxedo I've ever seen. Look at the ketchup stain from last week. So I get driven up to the chapel in a horse and buggy ride. My wife got in a horse and buggy ride, nice, and I'm in back of her in the pooper scooper. So, never forget, when I get up to the front and the priest is there. I say, hello, Father, I'm Brad, I'm the groom. The priest says, I don't care. I got 6 more of these today, you moron. Shut up and get in the broom closet. I'll call you when it's your time. Because once again, the guy does not matter. So I'm in the broom closet and I'm sitting there and it's taken forever. You know, and honest to God, I'm thinking of leaving, but I can't because I'm Italian and my wife's Italian and there's a lot of guns in this church. So all of a sudden, my dad comes in. My dad comes in the room, and I figure, finally, there's this Kodak moment I've been waiting for. Dad's going to give me a hug, maybe tell me he loves me, something. Not quite. He looked right at me. He says, just like this. So this is the big day, huh? Don't screw this up. He says, because you ain't coming home. Then he says, I don't care if she puts on 50 pounds or goes a mustache like your mother did. You're not coming home. So then he leaves, and then the bride arrives at the church. Don't things change when the bride arrives at the church? We've all been to weddings. It's like the national anthem at Fenway Park, isn't it? Especially the ladies, you ladies. You know when they're like 6 miles away. You do. The women will start, oh, she's gorgeous. Look at her. We're like, what are you talking about? She's not even here. Oh, she's at the 7-Eleven. It's a red light. She's beautiful. Then she walks in, the doors open, the lights hit her. It's like a biblical experience. I swear to God, I heard, oh! She's walking down the aisle, and one woman is bawling her eyes out. And I never forget hearing her yelling, "Oh, God, look at how beautiful she is. Look at that dress. Why is she marrying that piece of crap?" You know, and this is my mother, and that is not right. So now we get up to the altar, and no one can believe I'm getting married, I gotta be honest. My friends are there, they can't believe it. My family can't believe it. I'm Catholic. Christ himself can't believe I'm getting married. Honestly, I look at the cross, here's what I see. So now we're standing at the cross, and I guess at some point my wife had told the priest that we had written our own vows for each other. Nice, right? Except she never told me, okay? So I'm up at the altar doing what every other married guy here did. I'm looking at the crowd, trying to figure out about how much cash we're gonna make. That's what we do. All of a sudden, the priest stops and he says, "Brad, you have something to say." I says, no. "You are doing one heck of a job, Padre. You keep it up." He says, "Now, come on, we're all friends and family. Don't be embarrassed. Come on." Now, I gotta say something. So I says, "I don't know, $5,000? Yeah, that was the wrong answer. That really was. So then we get married, and we went to, on a honeymoon, we went to Aruba. Here's a tip for you. Don't ever book the honeymoon trip on one of those honeymoon junkets where everyone on the plane just got married that day. It's enough to make you puke right on the plane. And this is what I'm talking about. All you heard, the guys especially, "I love you, poopy doopy doo. I love you so much. We should have done this years ago. I love you. I love you more than he loves you." I'm begging for the plane to crash. And now we get to Aruba, and my wife comes skipping off the plane, and she wants to go horseback riding. Woo! All of a sudden, I'm the Marlboro man. This is fantastic. Now, I've never been horseback riding. Here's a tip for you. You don't want to try horseback riding for the first time on your honeymoon. And I'll leave it right there. So now we're married, and it's fun, but you learn a lot of things when you get married. Like, the hardest thing for me, I think, was sleeping in the same bed with someone. That was right off the bat. That was difficult. You know, about the third night, I said, "Why don't you just stab me and get this over with?" Because I remember about a weekend, it's about 3 in the morning. My wife wakes me up like someone is breaking into the house. She goes, "Brad, get up! Get up!" I says, "What, baby? What?" She says, "You're snoring." I says, "Geez, thanks for waking me up, because I would have never known that. Thanks." I got her back, though. Listen to what I did. The next night, I wake her up about 4 in the morning. I said, "Steph, get up, baby. God, get up." She says, "What? I said, "You are sleeping like a baby." How am I supposed to snore with all this silence over here? A lot of things you find out when you get married. Like, I never knew that I had to wait for the soap to disintegrate in the dish before I could open a new soap for the shower. I didn't know this. Even if it's that milky putty stuff left, right? I have to somehow scrape it together because that's what you do. You can't do that. And I found this out the hard way. One night, the soap is like this big, you know? It's like half the size of the hotel soap. You can't use it. So I open the shade to go get a new bar of soap. There's my wife sitting on the hopper waiting for me to screw up. Not going to the bathroom, just waiting for me to screw up. Sitting there, and she looks, she goes, what are you doing? And I'm afraid of her, you know, and I said, well, the soap is, the soap's kind of small, but plenty for me. Plenty of soap here. Right? And she says, "You put that soap back in the dish, Mr. Funny Man, Mr. Comedian. I don't see you on a sitcom, do I? We need to save money, you pig." So I used the soap, and 10 minutes later, I wash my butt, the soap is gone. Another thing you ladies love to do is you know, when you get real mad at us, you don't talk anymore. You just get crazy faces, right? Like, guys, it's true. Like, here's a big mistake I did. One night, I left the shaving cream on the sink. What a moron I've turned out to be. But let me tell you something, ladies. The reason we do that is because we need guidelines, and if you leave it long enough, it'll start that rust ring, right? Then we know where it goes the next time. So one night, I'm done. I'm downstairs watching the ball game. My wife comes downstairs, but she's not saying anything because she's mad, but she's got the shaving cream. I swear to God, she's like... And the madder she gets, the closer she gets. So now I'm thinking, okay, it's a pop quiz. I'm going, shaving cream! And where does this belong? On my face! Next question. Come on, give me another one. I'm hot. I'm 2 for 2. Come on. Then I make the big mistake. I go, come on, give me something on that hamper. Oh, that was a big mistake right there. I don't know what is with you ladies in the hamper, but you need therapy. I'll tell you right now. For 30 years of my life, the corner of the room was perfect for me. All of a sudden, I get married, I have to hit a target. Who made up this rule? And guys, back me up. We'll use it because you will nag us to death, right? It's the truth. Oh, you'll pick up the clothes. They're like, oh, yeah. They're like, hamper? Hamper? Hamper, 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 hamper. Matter of fact, I'm so scared now, I put my clean clothes in the hamper. I put all the clothes in the hamper. I got no clothes left. That's how many clothes are in the hamper. But I don't know that when the hamper's full, I got to take it downstairs. I don't know this because I'm a guy. I'm stupid. So now, my wife comes in one day. I'll never forget it. She goes, excuse me, I have a question. Just one question for you, you stupid moron. Just one question. Let me ask you, do you think that this hamper is going to grow legs? Pick itself up, walk itself downstairs, put itself in the wash machine, wash itself up, take itself up, put itself in the dryer, dry itself up, take it out of the dryer, fold itself, and put itself away. Is that what you think? I don't know. Then she goes, let me tell you something. I am not cleaning these clothes. I am not washing these clothes. You, my friend, will wear dirty clothes. I said, that's what I've been trying to tell you. Another thing I found, if your wife falls asleep on the couch, guys, just let her sleep. Just let her sleep the night. It's not worth what may happen. Because one night I come home, my wife's asleep, and I'm trying to be nice. I wake her up and go, honey, get up. She's like, no, I said no. It's not Saturday. No. She says, what do you want? I go, honey, go upstairs to bed. Go upstairs. What makes you think I'm tired? I don't know, maybe the drool on the pillow. I have no idea. So, I gotta tell you this. Any police here? I know there's a lot of firefighters, but I love the police. I do a lot of fundraisers for police, but it's the state troopers I have a problem with. I gotta be honest. They are the most egotistical people. They love themselves, and they should, because they are gorgeous. These guys. Do you see them with the Yogi Bear hats they got? And I love how they tuck those pants inside, those black boots. Oh, my God. Now, I say this because most of us have gotten pulled over by a state trooper at one point. Now, is it me or does it take them about an hour and a half to give you the ticket, the state police, right? Not a Biddeford cop. He don't even get out of the car. They just write it and throw it. Here you go, moron. Pay it if you want. I don't really care. And the state trooper parks about a mile and a half in back of you. Am I right? He's so far back, I'm not even sure I'm the guy he wanted. Then they get out of the car, they turn into Chippendales dances, right? Watch them next time they walk over to the car. And they always got their chest out, no matter what they look like. Looks at me and goes, how fast you were going? I go, well, obviously not quite fast enough, was I? And this one time, I got arrested, but it was worth it. It was funny as hell. It was really great. Same thing, he's up, chest out, he says, you know how fast you were going? I go, well, you caught me, you idiot. How fast were you going? I says, you were flying, for God's sakes. I'm driving along, minding my own business. I look in the rearview mirror, I see this nutcake in and out of traffic with the lights and the sirens. I said, this guy is crazy. I'm out of here. And we've all done this, admit it. You're on the highway and there's a big backup, no traffic's going nowhere. And you ever get up me, you look at that breakdown lane, you get a little upset. You're like, I could fit 6 Hyundais in this lane, all this would disappear. But that's a huge fine if you get pulled over in the breakdown lane. So one day, I said, I'm going to try it, and I'm going. People are flipping me off. I don't care. I'm going home. I don't care. But Mr. State Trooper pulls me over. But I'm ready for this moron this time. Check this out. He comes walking up to me, he's got his chest out. He says, excuse me, sir. Do you have any idea why I pulled you over this afternoon? So I look right at him. I go, I have no idea, officer. I'm in the middle of a nervous breakdown. It said breakdown lane. I thought this was my lane. Oh, no, the best part, the cop's like, okay, follow me. I don't understand. I get confused a lot on the road, like toll booths. You ever get confused with toll booths? There's too many of them. I don't know which one is mine. You've seen them. Exact change, not so exact. Couple of bucks, few dollars. Puerto Ricans, Jews, Italians. Finally, way down the end, I see when it says no cash, fast lane. I'm broke, I speed up to 90. Another thing I'll never understand, what genius invented the 4-way stop sign? Are you with me on this? You go to a 4-way stop sign, this is what you see. 4 people. Right? You go back an hour later, same 4 morons. And it never fails. Once one of us go, don't we all go? Never fail. Like, okay, I'll go. Oh, God! So one night, I was driving home late after a show. I come to a 4-way stop sign. A cop blows through the stop sign, hits me. This is the greatest night of my life. I run over to the cruiser. I say, all right, wise guy, license and registration. I says, you been drinking? Because I have. But I didn't hit anybody, did I? Another thing that drives me nuts is when they pull us over, why don't they shut the lights off? Are you with me on that? It's so, we pulled over. That means we quit, you win, game's over. Shut the lights off. But they get to embarrass the heck out of us, right? The lights are blaring, people are driving by laughing at you, right? We start sinking lower into the seat. So I got so fed up, this is what I did. I got my own undercover cop light. I got my own light. The other day, Mr. Big Shot pulls me over. Lights are blaring. He ain't looking. I put my light on top. Now it just looks like 2 cops talking. Yeah. Just have fun, that's all. Just have a good time in life. Life's too short. Like credit card people. You get a lot of credit cards? Don't get upset with them. They're the idiots. They give me like $20,000 to spend. Well, that's what I'm spending. Then they give me a grace period, right? I want to know who's Grace and how long is her period. I love when they send you the threatening note. Ever get the threatening letters? These are my favorite. Dear Brad, this is your last chance. There'll be no more correspondence. We want our money right now. 2 days later, I get another letter. Oh, come on, Brad, cut the crap. So I start sending them letters. Dear Citibank, come get me. Come on, I dare you. I'll give you cash. I swear to God, come get me. The last letter I write, I go, oh, by the way, I've been paying for all these stamps and envelopes, but your credit card. How do you like that? But the worst ones are the telemarketers. I'm just sick of the telemarketer. Oh. I hate the ones that tell me I've won a trip to Aruba. All they need is my credit card number. So here's what I do. This is what you do. Listen to Uncle Brad. Before they tell me I want a trip, I tell them they want a trip. Now follow me. They call up, they're all excited. Oh, Brad, you're going to Aruba. I said, shut up, you're going to Jamaica. That's right, all expenses paid. The flight, the food, the whole 9 yards. All I need from you is your credit card number. This idiot is so stupid, she gives me her credit card number. Now, I'm going to Aruba. Oh, it's good. It's good to get out and have a good time and laugh. Me and my wife have one child. We have a little 12-year-old, Sophia Marie Mastrangelo. She's Italian. And I say that because people ask, is she Italian? No, she's Czechoslovakian. She's 12 years old now. She's getting old. Beautiful, beautiful girl, which is not good for me. I remember when she was a little girl. I love telling the story. She was, I think, maybe in the 3rd or 4th grade. And we were going to Italy. I do cruise ships, and we were going to Italy. She brings home a book on Italy. So we're going through the pictures, and we get one to the statue of David. Now, you know what may happen here. So all of a sudden, my little baby, she says, Daddy, is that his weenie? I'm mortified. But I want to be responsible. So I honestly God, I said, honey, no, that is a penis. A man has a penis. And she was great. 2 minutes later, she says, what are those things underneath it? I says, did your mother send you in here? Is that what this is? So you know what I did? Here's how I handled this. I looked right in those beautiful brown eyes. I said, sweetie, those are bombs. And if you ever touch them, everything blows up. But we had Sophia late in life. My wife was 40 years old when we had Sophia. 40, and it was my fault. I'm not going to lie to you. You're nice people. I was afraid of kids. I was so afraid of kids. My wife was on the pill. I took one of hers in case hers didn't work. So then we figured we're getting older. We didn't want to look back and think we never tried. So we decided to start trying. And now here's where I found out it's hard to get pregnant. Unless of course you're in high school. Then it's a piece of cake. Did I hit a nerve there? I'm sorry. So now, at one point, we think we're pregnant, and I run out by a home pregnancy test. It was really cool. If you're pregnant, it showed up as a minivan. If not, it's a Porsche. So now we're pregnant, and those are fun times. Then the hormones kick in. That's a Disney ride you want to stay away from, boys, isn't it? Oh, yeah, and God plays a dirty joke on men, I think, because we all know that breasts get bigger when you're pregnant, but they get real sensitive, right? Yeah, that's a no-fly zone. Now, and guys, back me up, we want to touch them so bad. Because we know they're going back to where they came from. We don't have a lot of time, ladies, Right, guys? We're trying everything. I'm like, honey, come on, one finger. Let me graze it. Just give me graze bar. Then I snapped. I got a little crazy. I go, come on, motorboat, one time. So that didn't happen. And so now we had to go to those baby classes. I don't know if you've done the baby classes. The single stupidest thing I've ever been a part of in my entire life. But you have to go because, like I said, the hormones are raging and they will kill you and get off in court. So if you went, there was always one woman in every class who would not stop asking questions, all right? There was always one. You were always late after class, and the same question every week. Well, excuse me, will this be painful? How much, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how painful will this be? And I could not take it. I snapped. I missed like 10 Red Sox games because of this woman. I couldn't take it. So one night, I'm not proud of myself, but we're out the door just about, she says, excuse me, I have a question. I said, shut up! God almighty, will you shut? Let me guess the question. Is it going to hurt? Will it be painful? Is that the question? Have you been watching these movies? These women screaming bloody murder? That's going to be you, my friend, okay? Matter of fact, I hope to God your kid comes out sideways. Oh, my God. And she was a big girl, too. I don't think she was pregnant. To this day, I don't think she was pregnant. She'd never had a boyfriend or a husband. She was sucking down donuts like there was no tomorrow, but you can't ask, You can't, ever done that? Ever ask a woman if they're pregnant and they're not pregnant? You know how many times you'll do that in your life? One time. You do it once, you'll never do it again. There could be a woman in labor right here. I wouldn't say nothing. I'd be like, what are you doing, yoga? Good for you. Because this happened to me at a comedy club in Boston. It was about a month after we had Sophia. So I'm excited still. The woman's in the front row, and I swear to you people, she looked pregnant. She had like a pot belly, and I stopped the show. I said, oh, when do you do? She says, excuse me? The whole crowd went, oh, God. Because you can't take that one back, people. I own that one. Yeah. I might as well have said to her, wow, you're a porker, aren't you? Because that's what I said to this poor woman, So now my wife, we're pregnant, and then we get the due date from the doctor. Now I figured that's the day. These guys are brilliant, right? I got a fishing trip planned with the boys right up to the day before. Perfect. Well, my wife goes into labor 2 weeks early. I'll never forget, all of a sudden she yells, she says, Brad, my water broke. I said, no, it didn't. We got 2 weeks. Don't start with me now, sweetheart. 2 weeks, and I'm taking the whole 2 weeks. She says, no, really, it did. It broke. I said, look, we're getting older. You probably wet yourself. It happens. I says, I'm pretty sure I crapped myself Saturday. I think it happens. So now it turns out her water broke. And now I got to stop everything and take her to the hospital, you know. And I had things to do, quite frankly. So now we get to the hospital, and this really happened. They dressed me up like a doctor in the lobby. I says, I am not helping. I got Blue Cross Blue Shield. I'll be down the bar. So now my wife's checking in, and I love having fun. I really do. So I'm in the doctor's outfit. So I sneak into a room. There's a beautiful woman sitting there. I said, hello, I'm Dr. Brad. What seems to be the problem? She said, I think I broke my toe. I said, all right, let's take your shirt off. So now I'm in handcuffs in the hospital. So they take me upstairs to my wife, and you know she's in labor. And God love you women for what you do in labor. It is amazing. But we feel so helpless. You know, there's nothing for the guy to do. So my wife, she's screaming and yelling. I says, I got to do something. I love it to death. This is what I did. I said, I know, I'm a comedian. Let me make her laugh. I'll take her mind off. Yeah, yes. Where were you that night, people? This is what I did in the delivery room to my wife, okay? She's in the stirrups, right? I come up between her legs. I go, how you doing? No, she slams her knees right on my head. Now she's whipping my head back and forth. It was so bad, the nurse walked in during this. She says, oh, look, I can see the head. And it looks just like the father. Look at that. So now, we have the baby. Everyone's healthy, thank God. Beautiful experience, as you know. I think we're done. I think that's it. But no. Now they got this thing called afterbirth. I have no idea what this is. Now picture me sitting there. I look at my wife. This thing comes shooting out of my wife. I saw God, we had twins. And this one is ugly. Oh, God, I will love her just the same. I will. But she is not going to the prom. I'll tell you that right now. Oh, my God, we had a squid. That's a squid. We had a squid. Oh, this bites. Oh, no. I got a bassinet. Now I got to buy a fish tank for this kid. Hey, you guys have been very nice. Thanks so much for coming out, all right? I hope you had a good time. Bye-bye.
Brad Mastrangelo, give it all for him. Brad Mastrangelo.